My K2K experience has been everything wonderful. It has made my life such a joy. It makes me so happy to come here every single week. It's the highlight of my day. I love it.
K2K it's given me a sense of belonging, that's for sure, and made me realize who I am. Made me realize that I am a child of God, I'm His daughter, and I'm loved by Him.
Can't run, can't stop, can't breathe, can't live, and I can't die.
In that case, you're fired.
K2K Productions involves students in kindergarten to grade 12. They come from every walk of life and live in family units of all shapes and sizes. In a world where technology rules, cancel culture is raging, bullying, identity, and friendships are challenging, our children are caught in a silent storm. Anxiety, depression, and isolation shadow their days. Purpose and motivation are lost. Significant mental health challenges are being experienced by students of all ages. But there is a beacon of hope. Kid2Kid Productions.
Because it gives you a chance to really express yourself, and it just doesn't matter where you came from, if you're a Christian or not, they'll just listen to you, and they treat everybody the same.
I think it's really a life-changing experience to learn that somebody is always there for you.
That this is a ministry that your kids will want to go to every week. They want to be here. You never see kids dragging in thinking, oh, I've got Kate. No, they're excited. You can feel it. It's palpable, that excitement when they're coming in. And I think the more years that kids spend in this, the more it's almost like a contagious energy that they want to be a part of.
It's not about coming with any experience or background. We wanted to emphasize that the leaders are learning right alongside the students.
When kids can be who they are designed to be, and they are acting out of who God has created them to be, they can be who they are. And it doesn't matter whether they have a main role or a supportive role or a behind the scenes role. They are part of a team, and I think being a part of a team is also part of purpose, right?
I've never come across any kind of theater programming, especially children's theater programming, that has been more meaningful and more impactful. Not only on the individuals' lives that are creating and partaking in the theater itself, but the larger community.
To describe what K2K is in one word, and as a mom who experienced this, to watch her daughter grow and want to be here to really mentor other children, and a son who experienced it all, as a mom that was watching from the background, it gave me hope. But I think the word is hope, because it gives hope to hundreds, there's been thousands of kids, I'm sure, impacted from K2K. So hope is my word.
Imagine a world where every student learns to communicate not just through text, but the language of empathy, understanding, and compassion. This is the world K2K is creating, one child, one stage, and one story at a time.
I was teaching voice here in the community as well as in other areas of southwestern Ontario. And I think it was through those conversations with students where, I was encouraging them as artists, but what I recognized with that was the conversations about what was happening in their lives and the opportunity to share my faith in Jesus. We love to tell stories. So we would sort of shape a whole concert with a theme or a narrative, and all the songs from musicals, pop songs, gospel songs would tell this powerful story. And so there was one day where I met a student who, after a couple of years and conversations, really wanted to have a heart-to-heart with me. He said, "You're one of the only people that really see me for who I am. And the one thing that you keep bringing up is Jesus." And I had this opportunity to be in a show, and I was just moved by being a part of it and performing in it, that I just encountered Jesus. And now I'm a follower of Christ. And I wanted you to know that you're, a huge reason why. So that sort of started this journey of, okay, well, what else can we do with this, with these concert shows, working with students, and, trying to make a difference in a child's life.
I've never come across any kind of theater programming, especially children's theater programming, that has been more meaningful and more impactful. Not only on the individuals' lives that are creating and partaking in the theater itself, but the larger community.
Getting our daughter connected and seeing the impact that it has had on Nalea for us has been really, really valuable. And I've loved theater for a long time. I did a little bit, not anything like this scale, but in high school and stuff, and so I've seen the value of that as well. So that's why I think for us it's important to invest in that, right?
Well, I love acting. I love acting with K2K, and well, I love small group, of course, because you're always you won't be you won't be made fun of or laughed at if you did something. But yeah, you always know that it's a safe place to say something or something. So yeah.
Small groups is one of my favorite times at K2K. I love it so much. You get to talk with a small group of a couple friends that are around your age and two amazing leaders, well, one or two amazing leaders, and you get to share your experiences and do fun activities with them and talk and pray together. And it's just a great circle of trust. What are they gonna say? Who are they gonna tell and stuff? It's just for us, and it's really special to me.
Just knowing that the one thing that stuck in my head that Melissa told me after it happened, she said, you don't need to change who you are because God loves you no matter what.
Hi, my name is Melissa, and I have two kids in K2K, Everly and Harrison. I think the biggest win for us for K2K was just the confidence it brought out in our kids. When Everly started last year, she was so shy, and as the season continued, she just became this whole different person. And that's just spilled out into everything she does, her school and her friends and her faith community. She just is this new confident person.
At K2K, we believe in the transformative power of trusting relationships and theater. It's not just about acting on a stage. It's about acting on faith, discovering our inner strengths, and connecting with others face to face. Our mission is to help students discover more of who they are, how they fit in, and their purpose.
It is a very, very confusing time as you grow in your childhood as to what's all about, what is your purpose ultimately, and to be able to give the kids the tools and to allow them to figure that out in a very safe space of people that are much like themselves, so that they're not afraid to actually explore and to understand. And that gives them that direction, it gives them the hope, which is the most important piece of it all, because I feel like in today's age, it's lacking out there, and this helps them.
There's one student a long time ago, one year, she cried because the costume was fitted. And she was very, very self-conscious. And then it going into a year or two later where she was given a part that she really didn't want to do. She barely did her lines on stage, and she'd say her lines, but she'd barely be acting. And by the time she did the show, she stole the show. She was Pumbaa in Lion King, and it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And she changed after that. She was way more outgoing. Whereas before she would just kind of shrink. She'd be present, but she would be very reserved and quiet and always baggy clothes and very, very, very self-conscious. And after that, she just blossomed. It was beautiful.
I'm Teal, and I'm Visto Camp's summer director. And so I've had a really unique opportunity with K2K Productions because I volunteered in high school with them. So this whole theme of transformation, not only have I been able to see lots of students go through that, I've also seen the actual organization go through that. So coming back last spring to join the team and coming into this role with Visto Camp, it's been really cool just to see where it was starting from. So the vision for it was to see how can we impact even more students' lives in this community and surrounding communities as the program fills up.
I joined K2K for their summer program, Visto. It was kind of an interesting story, and I see it as God was kind of directing me towards K2K in some capacity, because I was looking online and I wanted a way to combine teaching and my faith and music, and God had just placed that ad online for me, and I found it, and it was something that looked so perfect for me, is something that I feel closest to God through music and through working with kids, and K2K was all of those things combined into one. So I put them together and I applied and I got to work for their summer camp, and that was just an amazing experience. It was I think the coolest thing for me was seeing the kids come together at the end of the week and just see, the happiness on their faces and their ability to just be like, yes, we did that. In 1 week, we were able to do something.
So when you think of K2K and that invitation, here's an opportunity to invite that next generation in that walk with you of faith towards life and love. And I think as I pause on that, I didn't find that on my own. There was parents, pastors, mentors, peers that were in my life that walked in faith with me. You just think of what an opportunity we have for that generation that's coming behind us to find life and to walk in faith with them.
Yeah, there's definitely trust in the students and in the leaders. We can trust in the leaders. And if we're having a bad time, knowing that they're not always going to just go around and cheer with their family or something. It gives you somebody that you can always go to, and you may not always see yourself in that person, but they'll still understand you.
Through K2K Productions, children learn to express themselves, to collaborate, and to face life's challenges with courage. They learn that they're not alone in their struggles and that together they can overcome anything.
Well, my first day, I refused to talk in small group. I just wouldn't say anything to anyone. And then my group had to do something on the stage, and I just stood there and also would not. I was too scared to do anything. By the second year I was talking, I just wasn't singing yet in front of people. And now I'll do anything basically.
I find that it's a very good experience at K2K. I find that if you go other places without a Christian background, it's about your skill, and that's it. They don't see growth. But it seems as though K2K is a lot of, Jesus is like this. He helps you grow in different bases, and I feel like kids will see that.
My first day, I was a little nervous because I pretended to read my script, but yeah, and I was I didn't really know anyone, so I was kind of a little bit nervous, and then when I actually got to know people, I felt a lot more comfortable and that I actually had some friends.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Spanish-American War is over. Montreal Shamrocks win Stanley Cup. Theodore Roosevelt wins election for New York governor. New York City incorporates United Roads. Refuge expands the house for you. Entertainment entrepreneur Meta Lunyon buys Valley Theater. July 5th, 1899, trolley strike enters second week.
Well, I love love just getting to step on stage and actually like feeling like that you've done it and that you've just completed the goal and stuff. But yeah.
My favorite part of Showtime is probably when I'm actually being able to get out on the stage and like get out there and seeing all the people. At first I'm very nervous, but then after I look around and I'm with people that like I know and I'm comfortable with, I just like get in the moment and I'm like, this is okay.
And to see the final product at the very end, and to see the kids up on stage, having the time of their lives and seeing how it's changing them and how impactful it is for them.
So inspiring. There's so much awe, and I know that's from the Lord. So much awe that people sit there and they think, how is this done by students? How is this community coming together to put this on for kids? The fact that there's so much love and energy and talent being brought to kids and this experience for kids is amazing. You see families come and see the shows and they're amazed that their children are doing something like that when the year before they would never ever have stepped out in front of someone to do anything on stage.
I just need a minute.
Yep.
Yeah. I got to be able to talk through it, and that's the hard part. I think what's so special for me coming back to K2K and re-immersing myself in the Woodstock community after so many years gone is, again, seeing the growth of the program and now having a daughter of my own. Knowing that programs like this are in place, knowing that this is a community that she can someday be a part of and grow in her understanding of self, yes, but growing in her understanding of Jesus and God and not coming from a scary place or a limited place. It's just potential, 100%. So I'm thrilled to be back in the community.
One word I would use to describe K2K is community.
Lifted up. The students are lifted up. God's lifted up. Jesus is lifted up. Anyways.
Brilliant, 2 words.
Equipping. I think in life, it equips us for just doing life with people, and that's just the physical looking at it piece. Then you take it beyond. I know here at K2K, the kids have a chance to interact in small groups, interact with leaders who are sharing Jesus, sharing ideas and thoughts about Jesus. To me, that's a life equipping thing as well.
For me, it would be passionate. I just think it's a passion.
I think it's discipleship. It's the idea of coming alongside people and just walking with them, growing with them, developing with them. And it has so many different skills and opportunities and things like that you meet them where they are and you work with them and let them kind of grow in that area.
When I come here, I feel warmth. I didn't get that where I was going before.
Belief, because I've definitely grown stronger in my beliefs.
The word that just comes to my mind is hope. It gives me hope for the future of whatever. I mean, the world seems like it's going places that it's never been before, and maybe that's an exaggeration, but I look here and I see there's a lot of hope, and that to me is God's gift, you know? That the world isn't just stuck where it is. There is a chance to be better, and to me that's where it's going, and that makes me desire to work here. It makes me want to keep going.
My one word for K2K would be extraordinary. Because extraordinary is such a big, wide range of a word. You grow a family through that. K2K is a family, basically, which is extraordinary to think that a bunch of, from grade 7 is the youngest, grade 6 or 7 is the youngest, all the way to grade 12. That's a big age gap. And that you're getting them to get along is even even more extraordinary in itself. And I love that it's the big extraordinary thing about K2K is that it's all based on God.
My word is teamwork, because I think from being a leader of a small group, you're starting as a team right off the hop. You're leading a team of kids. That team of kids speaks to each other.
I would describe K2K as a community because everybody just works together. Everybody just comes together and we just are in the moment.
Belonging or equality, because everyone's treated the same and everyone is comfortable and you don't feel like someone's being treated better and they feel more comfortable than like you, that you all feel like you're getting the exact same experience.
Special. I know it's a pretty vague word, but special, it is such a special place for me. Like, it has made me grow as a person.
Empowering. It's made you like more trust in yourself and like seeing like that you should value yourself more and that you're like you are enough and your abilities like are enough, so probably empowering.
K2K is about character building because it allows you to fulfill your full potential and find out who you really are.
Impact or impactful, because you're impacting lives, not just kids, but I've seen leaders be impacted by K2K, the community's impacted. I think there'd be a real loss within the community if K2K didn't exist.
I have a voice, simple and clear. It speaks the truth for all to hear. It gives me hope, it gives me faith. It lifts me up, it keeps me safe. I have a voice, it's mine alone. It comforts me, it is my own. Although it's small, I'm not afraid.
Do we roll over on the porch to pick our pockets, or do we strike?
Strike!
The Newsies are low in Manhattan, and they're officially on strike.
What next?
I guess we've got a union.
Yeah!
Pulitzer and Hearst, they think we're nothing. Are we nothing?
No!
Pulitzer and Hearst, they think they got us. Do they got us?
No!
Even though we ain't got hats or badges, we're a union just by saying so. And the world will know.
What's to stop some other kids coming along to sell our paint?
Just let them try. No, we can't beat up on other unions. We have to stick together.
What's it gonna take to stop the wagons? Are we ready?
Yeah!
What's it gonna take to stop the scabbers? Can we do it?
Yeah! We'll do what we gotta do until we break the will of mighty Bill and Joe. And the world will know, and the journal too. Mr. Hearst and Pulitzer, have we got news for you? See, the world don't know what they're gonna pay. Instead of hawking headlines, we'll be making them today. And our ranks will grow.
Every community needs K2K to be able to provide that additional step where we can walk in faith with the next generation.
I've known you guys for years, but Brian's heart and Jen's heart, it's not about the money, but they do need the money to keep this program going. It's about how are we going to change a child's life, and that is the most important thing, because that's what Jesus wants us all to do. Be a light that shines in the world that so needs us right now.
Join us in nurturing the next generation. Help us spread faith, hope, and love through the magic of theater. Because at K2K, we're not just raising the curtain on stage. we're raising resilient, confident, and connected young people.
And when I think of hope for our students, it really comes down to those three things that we talk about all the time. It's understanding hope in terms of who they are and unpacking that, so as well as that real true sense of belonging creates hope. And the third is purpose. And truly, I think the fulfillment of that hope, as I shared earlier, is Jesus. And I believe that our students need hope.
And like so many other people, it is such a special place and time for so many students, and they know they always have a home here. Like K2K, you never have to worry about like trying to impress these people or not trying to get them to judge you. Like these people will automatically open you with open arms, and they just, I don't know, it's just so nice. I love the people.
Hearing about what's going on with the organization, the kids that are being reached, the quantity of kids, but even the demand that's backed up, and all of the continuous growth sort of aspirations to reach more kids. I mean, these are all things that I love to hear, and they line up to be able to answer the question, hey, is this a charity that's worthy of the money, to be donated to? So yeah, pretty easy.
Thank you for taking the time to learn more about K2K Productions. Right now, I ask you to join us in making a difference in a child's life.